The invitation lit up your phone like a small firework. A rooftop party this Saturday. Music, shared friends, a view of the city that always makes you feel bigger inside. You smiled, already picturing summer evening warmth and clinking glasses. Your partner paused, looked at the week ahead and said, "Could we skip this one?" This is socializing styles in multicultural relationships, where one heart speeds up at the thought of a crowd and the other slows down to keep peace. What looks like a simple party question is often a bigger story. One of you grew up where neighbors dropped by without texting first, where gathering meant safety and joy. The other learned that a quiet dinner with two people could be the deepest celebration, and that silence isn't distance, it's oxygen. Neither is wrong. You just came from rooms that taught different ways to belong. Welcome to Whispered Hearts, English, where we turn mismatched habits into a rhythm you can both dance to. Tonight, we'll untangle how culture shapes comfort with group size, how to negotiate a calendar without scorekeeping, and how to craft a shared social rhythm that honors both your energy and your roots. You don't need the same appetite for people. You need a plan that feeds both of you. Culture speaks through guest lists. In some families, birthdays stretch into open houses, with cousins, aunties, and friends of friends drifting through the living room. In others, celebrations are small and carefully planned, with conversation that moves like a slow river you can actually hear yourself inside. Some communities meet in public, parks, church halls, night markets, where laughter floats and kids run in loops. Others prefer private spaces where shoes come off and stories come out. Even your body learned a script. One of you feels alive in a crowd, scanning faces and weaving conversations like a DJ mixes tracks. The other carries a quiet meter that drops fast when noise stacks up, even when the people are beloved. If you've argued about leaving early, you've met these meters. They're not attitude. They're wiring shaped by culture and practice. But there's something even quieter holding love together under the invitations and RSVPs. Most of us don't want more events or fewer events. We want to feel chosen and free at the same time. We want to know that if we say yes, we won't be punished with exhaustion, and if we say no, we won't be punished with distance. What would change if you measured success by care, not attendance? Here's your first retention spark to try in real life. Do you and your partner prefer crowds or quiet time? Say it out loud in one sentence each, then add, "In stress, I need more, but Mapping the storm before it hits makes the week kinder. Start with origin stories, not labels. Ask, what did a good weekend look like in your home growing up? Listen for the clues: potlucks, porch chats, game nights, temple gatherings, or movie marathons that smelled like butter and calm. Therapists report that when couples honor the path that formed each style, defenses drop. You're not fixing a flaw, you're translating a tradition. Small scenes reveal the differences best. One person loves the energy of a Saturday market, the drum of music, the call of vendors, the way friends materialize from nowhere. The other loves a coffee shop with a soft chair and a slow bell over the door. None of this is about introvert versus extrovert, as if you're stuck in stone. It's about what fills your battery and how fast it drains. But there's a curiosity spike that can change your calendar this month. What if the goal isn't splitting every event 50-50? What if the goal is pacing your life so both of you still like each other on Sunday night? A perfect ratio on paper means little if your bodies feel frayed. A wiser rhythm means everything. Turn your calendar into a conversation, not a scoreboard. Try a 15-minute social huddle every week at the kitchen table where the mail piles up. Pick a color for together events and another for solo or friend-only plans. Add one anchor night that stays quiet and one stretch night where the crowd-loving partner gets their joy. Anchors and stretches. Simple, fair, repeatable. Here's a quick nudge to keep you engaged. What's one kind of gathering that surprises you by feeling good? A small dinner with two new friends. A big festival because the music carries you. Name it. Surprises are clues your style is wider than a label. Culture shapes hosting traditions too. In some homes, a full table is a love letter. You cook extra just in case, and no one leaves without leftovers in a foil crown. In others, hosting means slow attention. One perfect dish, a playlist chosen like a poem, a guest list small enough that no one performs. If you argue about how many chairs to set, you're really asking, what does care look like here? Create a both-and rule for hosting. Big gathering this month, small dinner next month. Open house in spring when everyone wants to feel the air and see neighbors. Intimate meal in winter when the world is quieter and soup holds people together. Seasons can hold your social life like a gentle guide. Spring rain invites fresh starts. Summer brings patio laughter. Autumn dinner parties glow under warm bulbs. Crisp winter air asks for smaller circles and softer voices. But there's something even quieter that will save you after a long night. Transitions. The crowd-leaning partner might come home buzzing, ready to debrief every conversation. The quiet-leaning partner might want dim lamps and a soft landing. Agree on a re-entry ritual. Shoes off, 2 deep breaths, a highlights-only sharing limit for 10 minutes. The night ends on the same team. Negotiation works best when it names human limits. Try a 2 out, 1 in rhythm for heavy weeks. If there are 2 big social nights, schedule one night that refuels you individually. Reading, games, calls with a friend, a bath that smells like eucalyptus. Logistics become love when they protect recovery. Here's another prompt that keeps the comments lively and your heart honest. What's your ideal group size for joy? 2, 4, 8, or I want the whole block. Tell your partner your number, then ask for one event this month that matches it. Public versus private gatherings hide cultural rules too. Some communities bond in shared spaces, parks after work, gym classes, festivals where strangers become familiar. Others prize home spaces, slippers at the door, a pot on the stove, a couch that remembers your shape. Your couple gets to blend both. Try a public meetup before a private nightcap. Let the city energize you and let home restore you. Work and commute rhythms matter. The person who rides a crowded train daily may crave silence on Friday night. The person who works alone may ache for a buzz of voices. Plan with that context. You're not rejecting each other when you reject a plan. You're respecting the week your body already carried. But there's something even quieter that stops resentment before it starts. Consent. Ask before committing the couple to anything. Can I RSVP us? Is 4 words that prevent 100 fights. And I'll go and I'll leave at 9 is a sentence that keeps love honest. Make togetherness flexible. You can attend the same event with different rules. One of you arrives early to help set up and enjoy the build. The other comes later when the crowd thins and the music settles. You leave together after a glance that says, "Ready." Shared arrival isn't the only way to be a couple. Shared care is. Repair is the skill that proves love during mismatched nights. Picture a crisp winter walk after an argument in the car about just staying a little longer. Steam rises from a street grate. Your breath makes small clouds. Try this. I pushed past your limit because I was chasing mine. I'm sorry. Next time, I'll ask for a check-in at 8 and believe your answer. Then pick one tiny action. Set an alarm labeled check-in and keep that promise next time. Midway through, hear this from Whispered Hearts. English. You are not selfish for loving crowds. You are not cold for loving quiet. This is a room where both joy and calm belong, and where you can build a social life that holds your differences like two hands around the same cup of tea. Family expectations often ride along with invites. In some cultures, skipping events hurts more than words ever could. In others, independence is the respect. Narrate your unity to relatives. We'll be there for the first hour, or we can't make this weekend, but we'll host Sunday brunch next month. Predictability is love you can write on a calendar. Here's another retention spark just for you two. Have you noticed when your no is really not yet? What would happen if you said that out loud? Not yet turns fights into plans. It also avoids the bitter aftertaste of a reluctant yes. To build a shared rhythm, zoom out from one weekend to a month. Circle the events that matter most. Birthdays, cultural holidays, friend milestones. Protect two quiet anchors. Add one wild card where you try each other's style on purpose. The map shifts you from reacting to choosing. Hosting can become your compromise playground. If the crowd-leaning partner craves people, you can host with mindful boundaries. A start and end time. A smaller menu with one shared dish that blends your cultures. Spices from one home. Technique from another. A soft room with low light where guests can drift for a calm conversation. Your house becomes a world with weather that suits everyone. But there's something even quieter that will keep your joy intact. Micro-affirmations. Thank you for coming, even when you were tired. Thanks for leaving with me when I hit my limit. I saw you translate my jokes for your friends. That meant the world. These tiny lines keep score where it counts, in gratitude, not grudges. When your social lives pull different ways, let solo joys strengthen the couple. The crowd lover attends a concert with friends. The quiet lover spends the same evening making a new soup, calling a sibling, or reading on the porch under string lights. You meet later with stories and calm. Independence with a return time is intimacy in disguise. Keep an eye on resource drain. Money, time, and sleep are social currencies. Agree on a monthly budget for events. Set a bedtime boundary on weeknights. Decide which friendships are in a growth season and which can rest without guilt. Healthy friendships survive your honesty. Healthy love requires it. Here's a simple practice that makes leaving easier without drama. Create a leaving line that belongs to you both. That was wonderful. We're heading out. Say it with warmth and without a paragraph of excuses. People who love you won't need footnotes, and you'll stop bargaining with your own body at the door. Language and culture add beautiful layers. If your partner is hosting in their language or with their customs, ask for a quick primer. Teach me 2 phrases and 1 etiquette rule. You'll feel braver. They'll feel proud. A single thank you, said the way an elder taught them, is a bridge you can walk every time. But there's something even quieter. The aftercare that makes the next yes possible. For the quiet-leaning partner, aftercare might be pajamas and a movie where the plot is kindness. For the crowd-leaning partner, aftercare might be a short recap call or a note to a friend while the glow is warm. Plan it the way you planned the party. Joy multiplies when recovery is built in. Public social spaces carry different rules in different communities. Some cultures greet every passerby with a nod and a good morning. Others keep to themselves out of respect. Learn the local rhythm together. Say hello on a neighborhood walk and find the places where your styles overlap. A farmer's market where sampling food feels like play. A library where quiet is welcomed and people still share a smile. Here's another engagement nudge. Think of one friend who understands your social pace. Could they host something that suits both of you? Ask. People love to meet you where you actually live when you give them a simple map. Travel changes everything, so plan for it. In your partner's home country or community, crowds may be the language of love. You can build in morning solitude before the afternoon festival. Back home, where your style sets the pace, you can invite a neighbor for tea so your partner tastes belonging in a smaller cup. Balance is not sameness. It's thoughtful exchange. Use signals in the moment. A hand squeeze could mean 5 more minutes. A tap on the wrist might mean, check my face. Am I fading? A look toward the door can ask, walk with me for a breath. Signals save you from the awkwardness of explaining energy in front of an audience. But there's something even quieter that will outlast this week's plan. Identity. Borrow lines that make caring feel like who you are. We're a couple that leaves before resentment. We're a home that welcomes widely and recovers deeply. Put one sentence on a sticky note near the calendar. Decisions get easier when they echo who you chose to be. When a friend says, "You never come out anymore," don't defend. Translate. "I'm pacing my energy so I can enjoy the times I do. Let's plan something small next week." True friends adjust. If they don't, your life just told you a kind truth. If a night goes wrong, a joke misfires, the music is too loud, your partner seems to vanish into the crowd, repair fast and small. Step outside. Feel spring rain scent on the air or the crisp bite of winter along your cheeks. Say, "Same team. I need a reset." Choose one next step, a corner table, a quick goodbye, or a promise to debrief tomorrow over pancakes. Pick together. Act now. Mid-roll reassurance again from whispered hearts. English. You don't need to love the same room to love each other well. You need a language for energy, a calendar that tells the truth, and a promise to repair before the night becomes a story you don't want to live again. Belonging lives here.